Hello everybody, what is up? It's 2021! So guys, today this video is gonna be about 2020. Just a quick recap of all the stuff I've done. Honestly, despite all the shit with COVID and all that, my year wasn't even that bad. Like, I made the best out of it that I could. And I mean, obviously I was a bit more advantageous than other people having a job online and all that, so. But yeah, basically this video will just be about thanking all the people that I worked with in 2020, because I got a lot of job opportunities in 2020. I really boosted, like I can actually say that I have a job, like a stable job now online, which is crazy to say, because I mean, like back when I started editing it all, it was like I was just doing it just because I like doing it. Like I wasn't thinking about actually making any money off it, but now I am actually making a living off it, which is weird. But yeah, I'm just gonna run through like all the projects that I did this year and just talk about some real life stuff. But yeah, enough explanation. This is gonna be a pretty simple video, just running through some things. So let's just head on to the first project. So first of all, I kicked off the year with a bang. What the fuck? I kicked off the year with the Pulse 50k, and this was a weird one because usually, well, at this time that I did this project, I wouldn't have been one for like taking voluntary work unless it was to do with Nixus or myself. Little Cat Steps came to me and asked me to collaborate with him and help him edit the 50k for Pulse, and I just said yes because back in the day, back when I started editing in 2015, Little Cat Steps, Part 1 and 2, and Crypt were probably my three main inspirations for wanting to edit in this game. So I hadn't actually worked with Little Cat Steps before, so I was super happy because I would put that down as like one of my achievements in the Rocket League community, working with someone who I thought was so big back in the day when I was at the beginning of my editing, career. Next up, a project I did for Rogue, the esports team. This was an interesting one because it was actually probably one of the first times I actually signed legal documents with esports teams, and I was realizing, like, this is like actual work. Like, my work wasn't really just someone calling me up and me doing it like a favor type of thing, like when I'm actually signing legal documents like that. But yeah, I had so much fun on that, and honestly this is still one of my favorite like things to look back on now, because I actually really enjoyed the outcome of it, and I think I got a great response on Twitter when it was posted. Super happy for that opportunity, so thank you Rogue for that. My next big project after that was Fusion, the Fusion project, and this was a Rocket League event that was being hosted by Johnny Boy, and InCivic was funding it. And I had just signed for Sandrock Gaming, and InCivic knew me from that, so he offered for me to help out and do the trailer for Fusion, and that was the first time I had worked with Johnny. So for that project, we set up a group Discord. We talked all over the project. I storyboarded it a little bit. Moon got the song going, and yeah, we just ran with it, and I was really happy with the overall effectiveness of the trailer. Like, it was something different that I don't think anybody had done before, which is nice. And like, the tournament was different in itself. Like, it was something unusual that didn't really usually happen in the esports scene. They had the 1v1, 2v2 and 3v3 thing going on. There wasn't like a set, like, this is a 3v3 tournament. It was something a little more playful, something a little more fun. And yeah, after that, that's when things just started to open up a little bit more. Like, I feel like at that point I was really proud with some of the connections that I made in the community. I felt like I was going somewhere with it. A little while later, I finally released a project that I was working on for a while with Tornado and Smitty, which was the 750k contest for Jazer. I think because of this project, I actually got to know Tornado and Smitty a lot more, and they're great guys, and I thank them so much for working on me with that project. Like, the project ended up turning out good. We came second place, which is fine. The first place in that competition was amazing, so second place to me in that was fine, like, for the amount of effort that we put in. And this was around the time where I was starting to become known as Portal Man, because literally portals were in every single edit I was doing, just for no reason. Like, because I figured it out at that time, I just kept experimenting with it. I was just using portals in every montage. It probably pissed some people off because of how much I was using them, but I didn't care. Like, I was having fun doing it. Yeah, so after that project, around the same time, I appeared on a Musty Cow's channel in one of his like editor collaboration videos where he gets editors to edit his clips. Like, he gets loads of editors to edit the same clips and see the outcome and stuff like that. Musty told me the idea. He said that he was giving me bad clips, and he was like asking me how much I would do it for if I was to like edit these bad clips and make it into something, you know, that actually looks quite good, and see how we can work with that. And yeah, these are the type of things that I just have a lot of fun with, because it's not like it's taking it that seriously. Like, you're literally editing the worst possible clips and you can just go ham with it. So I feel like Musty liked this one a lot. Like, the props he gave me in the video were quite positive, so I'm glad that he liked it. I actually came, I think I came first in the public poll on the video. But yeah, I had the whole thing with the, you know, the goal switch and like that I remember seeing people in the comments like really liking that idea. So yeah, I was having fun working with all these big people in the community. Like, I actually felt like I was more involved. I wasn't just, you know, this like small editor who just did projects for like teams and stuff like that. But yeah, because of this, actually soon after, Musty invited me to a call, and you know, was I think he was just asking for help on like how to use some sort of like I think it was Orel Simple Replay Editor or something. He was trying to figure out how to change items or something. But yeah, while we were in that call, he had offered for me to do work for him for his channel. He actually wanted me to edit his videos. And I think originally I turned it down because I was talking about how I don't have like that much time, and I still want to be able to do, you know, because it was going to be a pretty exclusive job, you know, working for him. So I said I didn't really want to drop all the other video effects stuff I was doing for other companies. Originally I turned it down, and then I think it might have been the next day or a few days after that I just thought in my head, I was like, I've been doing, you know, montage work and just that sort of same niche for like a while, so I kind of wanted to dive into, you know, content creation a little bit. So I messaged him back and I said, yeah, okay, I'll do it as long as I can, you know, keep all the other stuff on the side, because I just wanted to vary my palette a little bit more. Like, so yeah, I started working for Musty, and I'm still working for him now. I do every second video. Myself and Cadence have been doing that for the past maybe 5 or 6 months now. Like, Musty, I think he's gone from like, he hit 1 million maybe 2 or 3 months ago, and he's already nearly at 2 million. It's ridiculous. Like, he grows like mad. But yeah, I want to thank Musty for giving me that opportunity, because like, I'm still going with it now. I'm enjoying it a lot. It's something different that I haven't done before. Like, I'm really lucky to have gotten into a situation where I can get a job from, you know, a big figure in the community like that. So after a little bit of time of just doing, you know, random my own videos, just a couple of edits, stuff like that, I got a message on Twitter from a representative of Team Liquid. This was a really good project as well, just like the Rogue one. I was in like the high end of esports. Like, it was a great achievement for me. So yeah, it was just the roster reveal, because Liquid were coming to Rocket League, and I just had to introduce the players and show a couple of shots with some caster reactions in the background and all that. But yes, thank you to Team Liquid for that great opportunity. That definitely goes down this year as one of my, you know, highest achievements. This next one is kind of interesting because it like ties the knot in some ways, because I am contracted to G Fuel, and I have been for the past like 2 years or so now. And Musty actually got a sponsorship with G Fuel, so I got in the middle of that, and I ended up being asked to make or edit the advertisement for his, you know, G Fuel sponsorship, and that one was really fun. I just felt like I was, you know, involved from both sides. Like, I'm being Musty's editor, being an editor for G Fuel, and then making this whole thing to come together. It was really fun, especially because I never really worked with, you know, I don't think I've ever really like worked with exclusive footage from like someone in real life doing stuff with an ad. Like, I don't know, it was something different that I hadn't done before. So my next thing in 2020 is a really interesting one. Actually, this could be the highest achievement of 2020, and that's working with Psyonix. I didn't think that would like ever happen, really. I didn't even think that they had seen any of my stuff before, let alone like actually want to use my wacky shit. Yeah, basically I got contacted by Storm, and if you've been in the community for a while, you know Storm was just a normal editor back in the day, and he got a job for Psyonix actually doing video editing for them, which is great. And yeah, basically I was asked to do visuals for the Fortnite Rocket League crossover. Slushie, well, I've explained this in a video before about like the work I did for them. They basically just told me like, you know, this edit that you did on your channel, just do stuff like that for us, because that's like what we want. But yeah, I want to thank Storm so much for recommending me to the Psyonix team to do that, and Monty as well for giving me the opportunity. That was really great, you guys. One of my proudest moments ever, just sitting in a call with Storm and Monty, like discussing this project. I don't know, like that just to me was a high point, like actually being in a call with Storm, who's definitely one of my like older icons in the community, like finally actually being in a personal call with Storm. Yeah, that's great. I love that so much. So not so long after my work with Psyonix, I got messaged from Ghost Gaming, and they were planning their return to the Rocket League esports scene, and they were looking for someone to do their roster reveal once again. So kind of like the Rogue and the Liquid videos. Yeah, I really enjoyed this, because the way that this was all organized, like the way that the clips were compiled and sent to me, and they had their whole, you know, they had like a branding thing that they sent me to like help me get through like what style to make it and stuff, which was great. Like that is what you need when, you know, you're confronting another editor about, you know, what you actually want to have in the video. Like, but yeah, I want to thank the Ghost team a lot for giving me that opportunity. Next on my 2020 recap is Salt Mine Underground. This was and is still one of my favorite things that I've done this year, because the way it's set up and like the way everyone, you know, is involved in it is just, it's so good. Like, it feels like such a good collaboration. So because I worked with Johnny Boy and Incivic in the Fusion project that I explained before, Johnny hit me up again later on in the year, and he was talking about this Smug project, Salt Mine Underground, and I wasn't really too familiar with the Salt Mine thing that he had going on, but he introduced me to it and it seemed like a lot of fun. So myself and him and Matt Smellsworth, we hopped into a Discord and we just talked about, you know, what we'll do for like a teaser, how we want to, I think Johnny was explaining to me how he wanted to be different from, you know, the usual esports things that we do in this community, which is like, you know, having the EDM music and, you know, it's having this like same format thing. And there's never really 1v1 tournaments in esports, like, officially. So that's what the idea was to bring ones to light and, you know, have this, like, playful feel to it. Not so serious, not so, you know, like, I'm an epic gamer type of thing. It's more just, like, all the trailers were, some of them were just, you know, epic feeling, but if you wanted to be, you could be playful with it. And that's what I liked a lot about it, because I could do different things. It wasn't always the same. And I felt like my work at that point was getting a little bit too samey. I'm really happy with all the stuff I've done so far for them, and I'm excited to do more in the future. The next Smug project will be starting soon, so if you haven't seen any of the Salt Mine Underground streams, head over to Johnny Boy's channel on Twitch. I'll have all the links to everyone I worked with in the description, so check them out down there. So yeah, thanks to Johnny and Matt for giving me this opportunity to work with them, because it's probably the most fun that I've had all year. So one of the last projects that I worked on this year was just before Christmas. I worked with Beyond the Summit. Beyond the Summit 2 was on just before Christmas there, and I had to do essentially the after movie when the streams were done, so for the final day. Yeah, so basically I just, you know, they gave me clips that they pulled from each day of the stream, and as the days were happening I had to edit it, and, you know, by day 5 I had this after movie done, which you probably have seen on my channel. But yeah, I want to thank Envy so much for hitting me up and asking me to do that, because I had a lot of fun with that. But yeah, other than those really important things that happened this year, I just did a couple of other you know, client works and like a couple other edits of my own that I just did for fun, which you may have seen on the channel. Other than being on the computer, you know, COVID has been a bit rough on, I'd say, most people mentally, not being able to go out and socialize and do stuff like that. But I was lucky enough to have some amazing roommates, and like we really made the best we could out of, you know, being in lockdown and stuff like that, and we just had as much fun together as we possibly could. Yeah, so there's a video that one of my roommates made, Sista. She made this unreal reel, like Unreal Reel. Really nice video of just compiling all the moments that we had from like partying in our house and just being outside and acting like idiots. But yeah, I'll just show that video now at the end. So credit to Sista, her link will be in the description to her YouTube, because she really wants to get involved with you know, making YouTube videos, so go check her out, subscribe. But yes, prepared to be amazed with how ridiculous I am in real life. Unfair that Ethan gets to spend time in here and I don't, so here you go.
The most amazing things that can happen to a human being will happen to you if you just lower your expectations.